Hello and welcome back to another video on the Wrestling Debate and to another edition of NXT Out of 10. But yeah, of course the wrestling world today has kind of been rocked by the sad news, the loss of Jay Briscoe. So yeah, not going to do a big intro this week, but just say rest in peace, just such tragic news, losing a top performer like that at such a young age. So yeah, thoughts with his friends and family, but let's get straight into the show. And we started things off with Apollo Crews and Axiom taking on Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams. Axiom and Williams kicked off the match and Trick was in control early and Crews was tagged in and got double axe handle and a drop kick before getting a near fall orthodox. Back after a break, Crews tried for a pin off a standing moonsault, but Williams broke it up. Axiom then rushed in and took him out before Apollo reversed with nothing but net and rolled Hayes up for the W. And Jay gets a 6 out of 10 from me this match. Yeah, to be honest, I would have had Carmelo Hayes win this, and Jay just kind of really established him as number one contender. I mean, like, we've already seen Braun v Apollo. I don't really think we need to see it again, but that's just kind of my personal opinion. But yeah, the match wasn't bad, so 6 out of 10. Tony D and Stacks were then walking along the bridge, and a Don praised Stacks' authority. He said Stacks had proven himself, and it was time for him to become an underboss. Stacks got a jacket with D'Angelo crest on it before NXT moved on, getting a promotion, I see. Tiffany Stratton was then backstage and got into an argument, and Indy Hartwell, who refused to let her in the locker room. Toxic Attraction were then out next and said that they might have found each other, but they may still be a team. They threatened to make Roxanne Perez pay before Lyra Valkyria came out. After some trash talking, Toxic Attraction attacked Valkyria and Perez came out to make the save, basically setting up a tag team match later on as part of this whole women's title match thing coming up soon. But anyway, it's on time for Alba Fyre versus Sol Rooker. Fowler went after Rooker's arm, but Sol got a handspring and a crossbody for a near fall. Sol then got a hit toss before the X Factor before dodging a gory bomb. Rooker then took a big super kick before Eldon showed up as a distraction. Rooker hit the ace crusher off the distraction and picked up the win. And yeah, this gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Good win for Sol Rooker, really establishing himself, and it looks like it's going to be kind of a storyline thing for Alba now, as she was going to an official word for a back stage, and Chase and Carter came to talk to her. The chance tries to reason with her, but Fire stormed off. So yeah, maybe part of a heel turn or something, but I'll just have to see. But creates an interesting dynamic first, so 6 out of 10. Grayson Waller was then in an interview and said that he lost last week because of the ropes breaking. Waller pretended like he won the title and said that at Vengeance Day he would defeat Braun for good. Before it was time for Briggs and Jensen versus Gallus. Wolfgang and Jensen kicked off the match and Gallus was in control early and isolated Brooks and then Jensen in the ring. Briggs and Jensen then got some kicks in on Coffee and got a near fall. Jensen was dropped on the outside before Fallon Henry and Kiana James fall over who gets to help him. Jensen got back up, but in the ring Wolfgang got Briggs with an scary person and combo and picked up the win. Yeah, good win for Gallus here. Kind of the right tag team still over, but makes them look dominant ahead of their match for the New Day, which I'm looking forward to. They came back with a bang, really, it's fair to say. So 7 out of 10. Andre Chase then found a video of Duke Hudson criticising him and wants to confront him, but Hudson delayed it by focusing on Thea Hale and her upcoming match, which was against Valentina Fedos. Fedos took control early on and dropped Hale before locking the submission move. Lopez then came out to observe the match and Hale got some big moves off the stretch but failed to get the pin. The referee was focused on Andre Chase and Duke Hudson, who were cheering Thea on, while Lopez handed Ferros some brass knucks. Ferros then refused to use it and tossed at the referee before Hale got a face buster for the win. And yeah, to be honest, this gets a 5 out of 10 from me. I mean, like, yeah, I mean, it was good stuff for Harold to get the win, but teasing the Chase U stuff as well was good. But yeah, the brass knucks, I'm not too sure about it. Obviously, it's dealing somewhere with Valentina first, but I have to say, I couldn't really get too much into it, to be honest. But anyway, next up on NXT, we learned that Jay Briscoe passed away. Really nice for WWE to mention that, which maybe is something that they wouldn't have done in the past. But backstage, Lopez asked Ferros why she didn't use the weapon and said that she would rather win fairly. Lopez told her to wise up before NXT continued, so I think potentially split between those two coming up. Anyway, the New Day were out next and said they were done with Pretty Deadly. The former tag champs came out and said that the way they'd been treated was unfair. Gallus came out and said that they were next in line for a tag team title match. A brawl broke out shortly after, and Gallus and New Day ejected Deadly from the ring before continuing to brawl. Braun Breaker was in a backstage interview and said that Wwenxt breaking threw him off at New Year's Eve. He said he was ready to take on Grayson Waller at Vengeance Day in a steel cage. And looking forward to that. It's going to be a fun match. But anyway, Javier Bernal was out to play a song from his holiday album. It was interrupted by the returning Tyler Bate before we headed for the match. Bate was in control early on and tossed Bernal around the ring before getting a massive uppercut. Bate then got a massive suplex and a standing shooting star before getting some big strikes to the jaw. Bate went for the Tyler driver, but Javier blocked it twice. Bate then got the move on the third try, picking up the easy win. And yeah, it gets a 6 out of 10 from me. You know, kind of a simple win for Bate on his return, but you know, it did the job, kind of just re-established into the NXT universe, and yeah, that's what it says to see, so 6 out of 10. Backstage, Fallon Henry told Briggs and Jensen that even though she hated Carl and Jane, she would try to work with her for their sake, but it's then time for Toxic Attraction versus Roxanne Perez and Raya Valkyria. Perez and Valkyria were in control early before Perez locked on a hold and turned it into a rollout for a near fall on Jane. Valkyria was next in and tossed Doling around before Perez was back in and was isolated by the heel. Perez came back with a big suplex before both she and Jane made tags. Doling then took a massive suplex before Valkyria went up top, but Cora Jade sneaked up and pushed her off the top. Perez was back in and took a super kick out and Jane accidentally kicked Doling in the face. Perez came back to the pop rocks before picking up the win. So yeah, this gets 7 out of 10 from me. Good stuff. Really putting over the dissension between Toxic Attraction potentially coming out, makes the champ look strong, and put over Valkyria as well. So yeah, really strong main event, 7 out of 10. But overall this week, NXT gets a 6 out of 10 from me. Yeah, I thought it was a solid show this week, NXT. Obviously, lots of decent matches in there. The main event was really fun. Some interesting storylines brewing. Still got a few weeks away from next pay-per-view, of course. So yeah, it's kind of just ticking along until there. But I think this week's episode did a decent job of doing exactly that. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, no thoughts, comments down below, follow the show for daily wrestling news, and subscribe to our channel. It's greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace out.